Good morning. Welcome to Bathroom Enlightenment. So today, my bathroom thought is living in toxicity, if I said that right. So, little backstory. My house 2 months ago was so toxic. So freaking toxic. It was my fault. I was in the bottomless pit of my depression. When I'd get mad, I would lock myself in my room. Well, not lock myself, just close the door, because everybody that lived with me knows when my door is shut, leave me the F alone. Especially 2 months ago. So, this is how bad it was. Every day, somebody was fighting. Every day, somebody was fighting with somebody. We would yell. We would get angry. My house was toxic. Toxic. And it was my fault. And I had to really look at it and look at myself, which was really hard to do. Nobody wants to blame themselves for the shit going on around you. Even my job was kind of toxic. Yesterday, one of my employees told me what he's seen in the last year. And he hit it right on the nail, man. You know, I was miserable. And then everybody moved out of my house. And I started being happy again. And then everybody moved back in. And then that second time, this last time, everybody moved back in. I had my grandsons from out of town. I had their mom. I had my son and his fiance and their children here. And it just got toxic. All of us were fighting, constantly fighting. There was not a day that went by that we didn't fight. When my door was closed, like I said, don't come in because I'm angry. I went to work angry, stayed angry at work, came home, didn't want to come home. Many nights I didn't want to come home. Many nights I just came home, went to bed, and laid in bed and was miserable. You know, it was horrible. So, misery loves company. That's the lesson today. If you want to stay living in that misery, that sadness, that depression, that ugliness, and continue to fight, do it. It's just going to make you unhappy, unhealthy, and miserable. And all of those people around you are going to just suck into the negative. It's easier to suck into the negative than it is to the positive. So, last night, moral of the story now. Last night, I listened to a webinar, and man, this guy hit some major points. So, about a month and a half ago, grandkids left and went home back to Washington and Colorado. My daughter, I call her my daughter, Amy, moved out. And during this time, Jimmy and his girl broke up, and she moved out with the kids. So, it was quiet. It got quiet in my house. I think Jimmy and I had a chance to reconnect. Before everybody moved out, we were not communicating. We were fighting to communicate. And in that month and a half, Jimmy and I got closer. I'm telling you, this week was the first week I didn't worry about him going out and using. Not that he's using, but since he's gotten out a year and a half ago, every day I panic. Is today the day he's going to go use? Well, you know what? I was putting that in the universe, that he's going to go use. Really, Annette? So, this week, change my thinking, give it to God, and I have to give it to God sometimes hourly, because I worry. I'm a mom. But this week, things have shifted. We no longer fight. Jimmy's girl moved back in last weekend, and I don't want no fighting in my house. If you're gonna have something to say it. Forgive each other, move on. Because I will no longer, I put my foot down. I will no longer live in anger and hate and misery. I'm done. It's not going to happen in my house. And it might, little here and there, but I'm going to nip it in the butt, because I can't afford to have my house in chaos and hate and anger. That's not where I want to live. So this guy that I watched on the webinar, he told, I've heard it before, probably a handful of times, you got to lean into the people that support you, that love you, that are happy, that are healthy, and that are learning every day to improve themselves. When I finally listened in here and started overriding the shit in here, my house changed, I changed, and the people in this house are starting to change. We take care of each other now. Everybody pitches in and does dishes or mops or sweeps or vacuums. Before, we were fighting over that shit. Craziness. So, my house is healing. I am healing. My family's healing along this process. But I am the head of my household. And if I'm hateful, ugly, depressed, sad, my house is going to be that way. Because I control the house. So, if you want to change your household dynamic, you got to change first. And you got to admit, it's your fault. That's a big one for me. Admitting it's my fault. But it is my fault. And I'm with it today. I lived in it. I hated to admit it. But then I released it to the universe. Take it away. I will no longer be hateful, mean, ugly, depressed, suicidal in my own home or anywhere, if you really want to know. So, today, make little changes to get you to where you want your household and yourself to be. You just got to make a decision and change. It's hard. It's hard to admit you're in the wrong. But you know what? It's okay. Just feel it, release it, get rid of it, change it. Nothing stays the same but change. And I'd rather change for the better than stay stagnant in the funk and the hate and the misery, the depression. No, I'm taking care of me. And if I take care of me and I become healthy, happy, learning every day to stay positive, my household will follow. And if they don't, there's the door. Because I'm taking a stand for me and my happiness today. I love my children, but I will no longer enable them. I'm an enabler, especially because I felt guilty. I don't carry that guilt anymore. The best way for me to help you is to not enable you. So, that's my story. That's my bathroom enlightenment this morning. If you want to change your life, you have to look in the mirror and say truthfully to yourself what you're doing wrong. You might cry. I cried a lot. Let it, feel the tears, the pain, the ugliness, the darkness. Let it go. Your life will change. Mine's starting to. And I'm taking you on this journey now. Before, when I came in here, I was already fit, you know. You didn't see me struggle. But now, you get to walk with me in my comeback and watch how I'm changing. It's part of life. And I'm okay with it today. I love ya. Bye.